Listen, I've been addicted for the past few days to watching those PPP loan scam clips on the news. And man, like they're catching people 4 years later. 4 years later, people think they're getting away, and it's really wild. You get $2.4 million and you buy a Rolls Royce and a big luxury house. The maintenance on both is going to make you broke. So if you win the lottery, do not spend your money on things that depreciate as soon as you get it, and you can't sell it and get more for it. Buy things that appreciate, like stocks. You can get your money right back most times, but things that appreciate, man. You buying Rolls Royces, the maintenance on that is wild. Maintenance on a big house is wild. That's not a lot of money when you buying big ticket items and trying to maintain it though. But man, hopefully you did not take advantage of that, loose system of applying for those loans and stuff. But yeah, it's wild. But that was just on my mind. But yeah.
Boy, it's a good day to be a law-abiding citizen, man. I tell you, bro. A lot of people that thought y'all got away with that PPP loan, it just took them 4 years. But they own y'all ass now. But they knocked on that girl door. She tried to call her mama. Her mama, I don't know nothing about that. Hey, you might as well go with them. I don't know nothing. Her mama said, just go with them, bro. It's like, hey, are you this person? I don't know. Let me go in the bank and make a call. Are you this person? But they got her for the PPP loan, bro. She thought she was slick. Y'all thought y'all slick. Listen, I ain't wishing jail on nobody. But us people, they know that didn't do the PPP loan. We just kept doing what we had to do. We struggled. You know what I'm saying? Because we knew y'all day was finally coming. And y'all day finally coming now. I said, I don't wish jail on nobody, but y'all thought y'all got away with it. Everybody bragging, oh, I did the PPP loan. They never went to jail. Now you're going to jail. And us law-abiding citizens, we can celebrate like, hey, we didn't do it. But it's crazy. But like, they knock on her door, try to call her mama. It's too late to call your mama now. They sent you letters. They put you. It's too late. I'm sorry, bro. Get out of here.
So when it comes to that PPP money, baby, y'all messy. Y'all messy. Okay? I'm not gonna curse, but look. The politicians and the businesses that apply for it and they got millions of dollars, if you had the staff, the employees, the whatever, and you had whatever the minimum was to qualify, which I think is 10, then you got a payout. If you were a, self-proprietor, I guess if you had your paperwork filled out, then you don't have nothing to worry about. If you did forgiveness, baby, that's twice the time you had to lie. We're talking about bank fraud, wire fraud, money laundering. What type of jobs do y'all think y'all finna be able to get when all of this stuff is said and done? When the gavel falls, where y'all think y'all going? You talking about the lowest paying jobs in America because you're not going nowhere in corporate America with fraud on your back, period. It ain't happening. So some of y'all too worried about the wrong things. If you are out and you're free and you ain't facing no time yet, you better get your money up and get an attorney. I don't know what else to tell y'all. I done already said, try to get your houses in order, get an attorney. And I'm going to just be, polite about this, y'all, but I'm very, very passionate about anything that I speak on. So if that's offensive to some of y'all, then I don't care. But y'all not finna sit up here and be like, oh my God, with friends like you, this is a comment that made me so mad. With friends like you, who needs enemies? Baby, I ain't said nothing to nobody about nothing and nobody is doing. I don't care. I personally do not care. I'm not invested. I didn't take out no PPP. Even if I qualified, I wasn't taking it because it looked like it was a setup from the beginning. So, I'm going to continue to mind my own business and just laugh at the people who get pulled up. Yeah, that's on y'all.
To my potential PPP scammers, don't talk too much on these apps. Don't tell them what you're doing. Don't even think about dropping a hint on here. If you do it, don't post up your money. You know how y'all like to do, posting up the money, all the bills. Don't floss on the internet. Pay your bills, stack your bread, and mind your business. Because that's how y'all be getting caught. Y'all love to be flashy. Y'all love to do the most. If you want to be down with the PPP, do it quietly. I don't want to see y'all go to jail. I don't want to see them pulling up at your jobs, locking you up. I don't want to see you outside and them following you to put you in the cuffs. No, I want you to be okay. I want you to be okay scamming. So don't tell us. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. We don't want to know. Do it in the privacy of your own home, and that's it. That's all. Bye.
Y'all, the entrepreneur streets are talking. So in Chicago, in Will County, 22 people have been arrested for PPP fraud. So apparently, these 25 people were already incarcerated. Someone outside of the jail decided that they were going to help them get the PPP loan by creating fake business accounts, fake information, and giving them these accounts so that way when they get their PPP loan, they could literally post their own bond. So CPD decided they were going to have a private investigation look into this. So they ran everybody's name in Will County that got a PPP and also tried to see if they got a felony. Because if you have a felony, you cannot classify or qualify for a PPP loan. So the news is getting out. So 14 people have already been arrested and they're looking for 6 to 8 more that actually are on the run. So you scammers, please beware.
Can we talk about it? I have few regrets, but one of my biggest regrets is not taking out a PPP loan because some people did not have to pay them joints back, but some took it too far. Like this lady right here. Why would you take out a $7 million PPP loan and not only not pay it back, but you use the money to buy a pink Rolls Royce like you was Killer Cam or something, a motorcycle and a ring for $150,000? Can we talk about it? Sis was living a high life during the pandemic. She was living a life during the pandemic. To have a car that pink that looked like Pepto-Bismol. Imagine driving around in Atlanta, the only place you could drive around with a Pepto-Bismol car. And now you going to jail for it. So imagine sitting up in prison, all you thinking is, I never should have bought that Pepto-Bismol car. I don't care if it's a Rolls Royce. That thing is ugly. It looked like a piece of Laffy Taffy or bubble gum after it's stuck on the bottom of your shoe or you've been chewing it too hard and you spit it out. Can we talk about it? Sis was living that good life during the pandemic. She had no worries. She was giving out money. Here it is. $7 million in PPP. See, I salute the people that took out the little PPP loans and then didn't have to pay them back. But some of y'all took it way too far, and the government is catching up to y'all. They are catching up to y'all. They are checking the books, and they are checking it twice before this year is over, and they are taking y'all to jail because it's a federal crime. PPP. Y'all took out this money, this relief money, and y'all relieved yourselves. In a motorcycle, sis was really living a life. She really thought she was Tom Cruise. Why would you get a motorcycle? Yo, imagine being a government auditor. You just read it. She bought a pink Rolls Royce. That's it. You going to jail. That's it. I don't even need to see no more. Then you reading all the other stuff. $150,000 ring. Sis, you was living that life. And you had a good job. You was an attorney in Atlanta. You was a black queen in Atlanta. You had some money. No, I mean, you was probably in Decatur or Buckhead. This is Decatur or Buckhead behavior. Maybe a little Midtown in a... Like, can we talk about it? Sis, that car is egregious. It's ugly. I've never seen a more hideous luxury vehicle. And now you going to jail for that. Imagine just sitting up. Your cellmate asked you, what'd you do? I bought an ugly Pepto-Bismol car, and I stole $7 million from the United States government. Just say that with me. I stole $7 million from the United States government. You going to jail. It don't matter when you did it, how you did it, and you on record. And it's my thing about y'all PPP loans. Y'all took all these PPP loans out and then have no business. Y'all literally had no business doing it. No type of business. Y'all was registering it to Roger Corp and Isaac Corp and to Sean Corp and all these other names of these fake ass businesses. And y'all didn't think, let me actually flip this money. That's why I'm mad that all that pandemic money we was getting, we was not thinking about flipping. I wish I could go back in time. A lot of people wish they could go back when they were super young. No, I want to go back to December 2019 and just tell myself the playbook like, yo, Bovid's about to hit. You know, I can't say the C word because they flag it. Bovid's about to hit. Yo, Stimmies is coming. I'd be like, Stimmies? I would have been so confused. PPP, Stimmy. I wouldn't know what I was talking about, but I would have went back in time like one of them sci-fi movies. Like, yo, PPP, Stimmy, take all the Stimmies you get. Because some of y'all was going state to state to state to state to state to state, taking out PPPs. And y'all ain't in jail yet. But this lady in jail. $7 million from the United States government says, You bugging out. You the PPP Hall of Fame. They must have a PPP Hall of Fame. Her, the Omi with the Hellcat dude, and a bunch of other people is in the PPP Hall of Fame of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. They got you on the list of the most notorious PPP scammers. And of course, the queen PPP scammer would be from Atlanta. Look at her. And you know she got the one goal too. She look like she got the one goal too. She was balling out. I wish I would have met you during the pandemic. Again, I only got one. I got a few regrets. You know, you always say, oh, I wish I could go back to a period of my life. I want to go back to the pandemic, right? Before the pandemic started. And I'd have made it the pandemic. And I definitely would have flipped that money and not bought no Pepto-Bismol car. Can we talk about it? Sis was living a high life. Now she's living like a low life in prison. Oh, man. And you know they had to get her. Imagine the judge. How am I gonna let you beat this? Just seeing that car. It's no way. What lawyer? You'd have to dig Johnny Cochran up. And I hope she ain't defending herself. She probably should just defend herself since she a lawyer. Again, you just do your whole law degree, and now you got to lose your law license because if you're convicted of a felony or any kind of misdemeanors from the bar, they kick you off the bar and you lose your law license. So even if you get out of jail, you don't have no career no more. You worked all that time for a law license just to scam. But the lawyers is scamming, so can we talk about it? Would you have bought that ugly car? Fraud. Listen, I got a few regrets, but we all got that one regret. I just want to go back in time and whisper, put it on a little note. Just whisper in my ear, what? PPP. Get it. Start it. But again, y'all should have really started real businesses and used that money for real businesses. But now y'all all looking crazy. Y'all didn't really think they was going to come find y'all? Seriously? Can we talk about it?
I've been seeing a lot of posts lately and articles about the Fed stepping in and picking up a lot of these PPP loans. Now, people, I was telling a lot of guys and girls that was coming into the shop that don't do it. I've been in the federal system. You're not going to steal the Fed's money and don't think the Fed's going to come and get you. You had to be an idiot thinking you slicking in the government. The same thing would happen with Hurricane Katrina relief programs. It's the same thing with the PPP loans. You know, they set y'all for failure. And I always tell people, when a person is broke, they do desperate stuff. When a person got his mind together, got his finances together, they sit there and calculate and think things out. Now, a lot of you don't understand. Y'all took these loans. Y'all bought chicken wings, y'all party, 1942, BBL, fake noses, lashes. Y'all did a lot of stuff that didn't make any sense for stealing these people money. Now, mind you, when the government come and step in, most likely you're going to have a long prison sentence. And a lot of these young ladies who were doing it, they was on Section 8 and on welfare. So now you can't get no more government assistance. You can't have government jobs. So you sit there and mess your whole life up trying to get $20, $30, $40, $50,000, etc. or more. It wasn't worth it because once they come, now you got to get an attorney, and more likely you have a public defender. And a public defender in the federal system surely is not going to beat these cases. And most of the time in these cases, you're going to have to take a plea because there's nowhere in the world you will beat the government when the government have all your social security number, your bank accounts, your locations, that when you came into the bank and also when you start taking the money out, buying things, all this stuff is record. So you fools were sitting out there stealing these people money to have a moment of pleasure. So you stole these people money for a moment of pleasure. No, the money is ran out. Nobody on social media balling. Nobody's showing big stacks. Nobody's showing all these fancy trips. Nobody driving the exotic rental cars. Nobody got the jewelry that they once had. The game is over. So now I tell people, when they come, because I know several people that's in my city of Toledo, have been indicted and have been convicted for the PPP loan scam. So all you people who think this is a joke, it's not a joke. They coming. Beware.
So I forgot to mention, if you got a PPP loan back when they was just handing them out, like I don't even know what they was handing them out. But if you received a PPP loan, they have on the tax software this year that I noticed that, and they had it last year actually, but they have it on there that you have to report that amount that you received, the amount that was forgiven, as well as the reduction of the amount that was on your business that you had. If you have not reported that, I'm sure you guys have seen the video about the PPP loans and the website, and if your name and your business was on it and the amount that you received. That's real. So in order for you to get that PPP loan, you would have had to fill out a 1040. And in order for you to fill out that 1040, you had to fill it out as either Schedule C or sole proprietor. If you filled it out for either of those, then you indicated that you had an actual business. So as a bookkeeper, as an accounting clerk, if you do not have the bookkeeping documents, accounting documents right now, they are going through and searching for those individuals who actually had a legitimate business, whether it was sole proprietor or Schedule C now, or LLC. Now here's another thing, the BOI filing. You have to actually go and file your business because of the PPP loans and because of everything that happened during that time frame. If you do not, you will be fined $500 per day. If you are fined $500 per day because this business existed and it is not registered, then you can also face up to 2 years jail time. So for those of you who received those loans, those of you who filed your taxes, there is a tax transcript that is in the IRS system. And in this system, we can see transcripts. I can pull transcripts from 1999. I can see everything. I can see civil, all. I see everything. So if I see it, the IRS has it documented, what do you think that they're going to start doing, or what do you think they're currently doing? If you are needing help getting those tax documents corrected and amended, because you're gonna need to have it amended, hit your girl up. I got you. Yeah, I can fix it, but it's gonna come with a price. No, I'm not doing anything fraudulent, but if you do not have a legitimate business, I will not help. I will not fix it. However, if you do have a legitimate business, if you can show and prove me your EIN number, your actual business documents, anything that was in reference to the business, and of course for that PPP loan, I can help out with the tax documentation. However, if you do not, yeah, it's not looking good for you. But if you're needing your business registered with the BOI filing system, I can help with that as well. Just send me a message and I can get you scheduled and we can see how we can get everything fixed and you out of the line of fire. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. So y'all have a good day.
Y'all, these PPP loans is not a big flex like y'all really think it is. As an employment law attorney, I have spoken to so many people who have lost their government jobs over these PPP loans. And I don't mean low-level jobs. I'm talking about 20 years of vested employees. But you have to think about it. Here's how they get in trouble. You already work for the government, so what? They already have access to your social security number and any other information they possibly need to locate you. And because you are a vested employee, you're more than likely getting that bag over there, including good benefits. So now, what they're trying to do, and possibly doing, is trying to swap you out so now they can pay someone at a lower salary rate to do the same job that you was doing. We have been contacted by so many people who is going through this now. So let me give y'all the game. Leave these PPP loans where they at.
Oh my God. As neighbors in this Florida suburb sipped their morning coffee today, Josh Edwards was led away in handcuffs. His father, Evan, following soon after. According to a 6-count federal indictment, Josh Edwards lied on an application for a PPP loan back in April 2020 to keep the family's Christian ministry afloat during the pandemic. Asking for $6 million, the government approved a loan for $8 million. Edwards claimed there were nearly 500 employees and $2.7 million in payroll expenses. Both claims were false, according to prosecutors. Instead of setting up a ministry to help the poor, the Edwards tried to put a down payment on this $3 million house near Disney World. NBC News profiled the case back in June.
Including one Florida-based family ministry that received millions of taxpayer dollars to pay employees.
The Secret Service was on to the Edwards in September 2020. The loan application was signed off by an 88-year-old accountant suffering from dementia, and there were no signs of any employees at the ministry's office, according to court records. When agents tried to confront the family of 4, the cars were gone. Police were waiting on this highway on-ramp for the Edwards as they headed north. When they stopped them, the father said that they were on their way to a conference in Texas, but he couldn't provide any details. And according to the authorities, in the back seat, there was a paper shredder the family bought the week before and garbage bags filled with shredded documents. But the family was eventually let go, and although the money was seized, there were no criminal charges. We knocked on their door a year and a half later. Neighbors telling us they still live there. The U.S. Attorney's Office did not comment on why it took so long to indict the Edwards. An attorney for the father and son had no comment, while a judge ordered they get medical and psychiatric evaluations.
So, Stephanie, is it clear why they are acting now?
Well, you know, Lester, a source familiar with the investigation tells us that our previous reporting on this story led authorities to prioritize the case. And it's one of many. Of the $800 billion that went out in PPP loans, experts estimate that $80 billion of it went to fraudsters.
So this is another PPP loan story. So here we got Kristen Venrick. She's 52 years old. So apparently Texas is not playing when it comes to these PPP loans. This lady had only took out $405,340. She's facing 45 years behind jail. She was indicted on 6 wire fraud charges. So as you can see, another PPP loan fraudster had more than $200,000 in loans, and that's who they're looking at. They're looking at the big fishes. They knew she had a business, so they are also taking down the business owners, not just the people who submitted fraudulent paperwork. So she had a business from 2015 through 2022, and she took out $405,000 for that. And she basically just lied about how many employees she had, and she went out and used the funds on luxurious items like the rest of them. So chances are, if you use the money on luxurious items and you didn't pay any employees and you took over $200,000, they're coming after you this year for sure. This is what the feds are saying, that they are catching the big fraudsters. And then they'll get to the people who took lower, they got 20 years to catch these people. So they'll do that in the latter. And I don't know, she needs to contact the other people I did. This lady got 5 years and she took $6 million. So Texas don't seem like they're playing. Y'all drop a comment. They said she was out of Dallas, but then another article said she was from Houston. But this is her business. It's called Clearly Kristen. It's a jewelry business. And, she was an actual business owner. So the peace be with the people who didn't have a business at all and did this. So y'all drop a comment on what you think.
I just want to know, what made y'all think y'all could get away with this fraudulent PPP loan scam in the first place? Never ran a business, nothing, but all of a sudden you creating these fake LLCs. We told y'all this was going to lead to you going to PPP prison, and you did it anyway. This is what makes me feel like all of this was a setup. Okay, how were so many legitimate businesses ignored? Couldn't get the relief they needed, but all these fake LLCs weren't?